챕터 3 클레멘즈. 며칠 후.
It's funny. Us ended up down here. My daddy died in the field in Pennsylvania, fighting this lot. I ever tell you that? Many
Amen.
times. I see I'm boring you, Arthur. Worrying me. We lost men back there. We have lofty goals, Arthur.
아니 도대체 씨발 그 목표 때문에 몇 명이 좀 죽게 생긴 거야.
Truer, better way. Now, of course,
정해라,
there's
네가.
gonna be casualties. We're thieves in a world that don't want us no more. We are dreamers in an ever duller world
미친.
of facts. Now, I'll give you that, but come on. We got the day. It's nice out. Old Hosea says that there's a trick around here. I reckon it's full of fish. Hey, old girl, come on down here. Why don't you show us this crick you've been pissing in? Hey, you don't look too rosy, old friend. I thought this warmer weather would...
My days are looking good along.
Always dream crushing and bubble bursting.
많이 서러워졌군.
Hosea, let's go fish.
Come on then.
아 이제 낚시 방송 찍으러 갑니다.
In front of you. Okay, go. Why don't we just fish here? There's a whole lake of them. Because I need to get out for a bit. Me and the old guard. Before any of them back there, oh, there was us.
The curious couple and their unruly son.
It feels good here. You did well finding that spot, Arthur. More Charles than me. It's like I can breathe again, thick and soupy as this air is. Might even do your whistling pipes some good, Hosea.
I was once in this country with Bessie. Feels like a lifetime ago.
It was a lifetime ago. But what a life we have lived, how well we have fought, especially both of you. I hope so. But now, when things are desperate, we have to stick with the plan. Make enough money, then find somewhere where nobody will find us. Where we don't have to hide.
Like where?
I got some ideas hatching, but I need you with me, not against me. Both of you. Of course. Still, we do need money. So keep a low profile, especially in the local town. After Valentine, I want everyone on best behavior here. No trouble. But start turning over the soil and the rocks. See what turns
Watch it.
up.
Dutch, we've got to be discreet.
Imagine what a slew of rich simpletons there must be down here. Looks like law up ahead. Play it cool.
Whoa!
Hello, gentlemen. Well, look what the cat drug in. I seem to have gotten myself in a spot of bother.
Quiet back there.
Let's see if we can't sort this out. How are you, boys?
Fine.
This is quite some country you have here.
We like it well enough.
Hoagie McIntosh, at your service.
Lee Gray. This is my deputy Archibald McGregor.
It's good to meet you.
You a Scot?
Partly. The best part.
Of course.
Now, tell me, sir, what did the silly, fancy fop back there do? Nothing too terrible, I trust.
He was accused of running a gold mining investment scam.
Oh,
아, 걔인가 설마?
I'm sure he wasn't. He is a magician. I know him. He's a fool, but he is not a bad fellow. Now, can we just...
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Shit! The Anderson boys! I can't have more scandal!
Well, allow us to help, my friend. Arthur,
Chase
씨발.
wanted, man.
and take Archibald with you.
Just what I signed up for. Come on, big guy.
Perhaps we
어이가
can
없네.
discuss the foolish magician.
Let's go after that train. Keep your guns holstered. We need them Anderson boys alive. Come on, hurry.
알았어, 새끼야.
All right.
Come on, we're losing them.
Will you relax? We're not losing them.
Faster, come on. What's your name, sir?
Arthur Callahan.
Faster,
오건 아니죠?
Mr. Callahan, please. My neck is on the line here.
I get it. I'm doing my best. So what are these fellers wanted for? Looks like the son of a bitch is gonna make it. You sure I can't just shoot him?
No, did I not say that?
You said plenty.
이게 말이 되냐?
Ooh, that must have hurt. Leave them. Stay with that train. The train is slowing down to go through the station. Now's our
Okay,
chance. See if you can get alongside the train. See the flat carriage? Head for that. Get us as close as you can. You think you can jump on there?
Me? Why me?
Because you ride like my grandmother. Now he's throwing bottles. The low down.
어우 씨.
I didn't do nothing.
난 짭새도 아닌데 왜 욕을 먹어야 되냐?
Law, Phil. Let go.
꺼져 이 새끼야.
Run! Don't let them get away.
You're only making it worse.
아우 진짜.
Come on, sit back. Come on. You stop them, I'll stop the train. Bastard.
응 나대지 마. 새끼야.
Damn bastard.
아니 씨발.
Get the hell away from me.
나대지 마 이 개새끼야. 오 존나 쎄. 씨발.
Have this.
이죠.
Go on, don't lose them.
아이씨.
You hold it right there. I'm coming for you next.
I'm gonna ride ahead and stop the train. Stop.
It's just us then, lawman. Come here. You ain't need to bother. Let me go. Can't do that.
Stop.
어?
Try at least.
아 아니 칼빵 놓지 마 이 개새끼야. 아, 나이키 수면제 황천길 아씨 수면
Need some gin? Come on. Lee, do not.
수면제 황천길 이죠. 어우 좋겠다.
Hello? Is everything all right in there?
Well, I don't think he's dead. I think I won the fight. Just about.
Bring him out here.
Deputy,
Sounded like quite a commotion. Is that him?
I sincerely hope so.
Old Anders Anderson.
So what now?
Take him in. Come on. Fine job. Well done. And a pat on the back for me for stopping the train. There you go. You are a natural. All right, let's
개새끼야.
take
너
him in.
때문에 뒤.
Follow me.
What about the others?
Oh, we'll round them up. Anders back there is the brains of the operation, and that's really saying something.
You're the boss.
That was mighty impressive, sir. I have to admit. I'd hazard a guess you've served the law yourself at some point.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say that.
Are you familiar with the area here?
No, not really.
On your right here, these tobacco fields? This is part of Caliga Hall, big estate belonging to the Gray family.
Looks bone dry.
Yes, we are in dire need of some rain round here, let me tell you. The Grays have lived in Caliga Hall for generations. Fine people. My family's been working for them for years. Sheriff Gray's the one I know best, of course, but they own half the businesses in town.
Which town?
Rhodes, sir. You don't know it? Where we're headed right now. Ain't what it was before the war, but it has its charms. I'm sure you already know of the Braithwaites.
Like I
Well.
said, just got down here.
뽀작 가면
Another
되고
big family in these parts. They have an estate west of here. Awful people, truly awful. They've been fighting with the Grays for as long as I can remember.
Sounds like quite the place you got here.
Whoa. Here we are. Welcome to Rhodes.
오, 약간 사람 냄새 나는 마을이
Is the
있네.
Rhodes Parlor House. Very reputable.
로드스가 로드스에서 진짜 멀리 왔구나.
Balloon owned by the Gray family. We also have a general store, gunsmith, post office, train station, of course.
What more do you need?
Very little. Oh, good, they're back. And that's your friend, right?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna stop just ahead on the right, outside the sheriff's office. Can you grab Anders off your horse and carry him in for me?
이 새끼 데려간다고 개고생했다.
Hey, fellas.
Mr. Gray! We got him. Very good.
I told you Arthur would deliver. Man has a passion for justice.
That's wonderful.
So,
연병한다.
my friend here,
Your idiot friend is free to go. But no more trouble from you, partner.
I promise you this was all just a big misunderstanding. However, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I'll pretend to appreciate that. Mr. McIntosh, it has been a real pleasure. The
McIntosh.
mostly good citizens of Rhodes, we welcome you.
well, we're just honored to be here.
And make your friend behave. We got enough trouble from some of the residents, old-timers who've gone, sadly, to seed and lost their dignity.
How terrible. Come along now. I will keep this fellow on the straight and narrow.
Come back and see us sometime soon. Excuse me, gentlemen. Bo, these better be ugly rumors. Is it true you were seen talking to that wretched Penelope Braithwaite?
I can't thank you enough.
Where have you been?
Around,
And where you staying?
I'm renting a caravan on the edge of town.
얘도 유목
behind the
생활하는구나.
church. It's horrible, but no one comes looking. The whole town is trapped in this interminable feud between the two families. His lot, Gray's, and the Braithwaites.
Interesting.
Two old plantation houses, falling out of rebel gold, marrying cousins or not marrying. And
Arthur,
that's
Jose, you start poking around. See what you can find out about that.
I have missed you, boys. I've heard about bounty.
There's been a price on my head for 13 years. It'll take 'em months to find us down here, and it seems like we can have a little sport.
Well, they're good bounties.
Where you hear this?
Some fellas I met at a camp near the state line said there was talk of it in bars in the north and west for 500 miles. There was talk of super agents or some such.
Super agents. I'd love to meet one. It's just talk.
I'm sure it is, but I couldn't not tell you.
Stay out of trouble.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, so these two plantation families. Arthur, you start sniffing around the Gray's place, see what the story is there.
Yeah, I passed by it earlier with our friend Archibald.
Good. Hosea, you see what you can find out about these Braithwaites.
All right. Thank you, Arthur.
Quite a fishing trip.
There's still time. I'm up for it.
How about you, Arthur? Or have you had enough of the chase for one day?
낚시 해야 될까?
Sure, why not?
Great. Hosea, why don't you lead us to that spot you were talking about? I kind of like this place.
Okay. Let's see if we can avoid any more excitement.
This morning. Not enough food for anyone.
Place gone plumb crazy.
Well,
야 여기 있잖아 여기.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. Follow me.
Oh, so how far is this creek?
It's a bit of a ride still. And it's not a creek. It's the same lake we camped on, just a different pipe. It'll be worth it. I saw some big drum and sturgeon there. Should be rock bass, bluegills.
Ah! Are you gonna fall in the lake too?
또 일어났는데도
I
아무
was
말 안.
saying, should be rock bass, bluegills, perch, pickerel too. It's a good spot.
We'll see if you're as good at catching fish as you are at catching criminals, Arthur.
Trelawney owes me for that.
Trelawney owes everyone for something, but his information is good.
Plus, we are now ingratiated with the local law. I'd say it was a worthwhile diversion all around.
God damn it!
Trelawney's like a bad penny.
Why you riding like that? I'm not sure how good a magician he is, but he's certainly good at disappearing when he feels like it.
Where does he go?
Everywhere and nowhere, it seems. We wouldn't have got Sean back if he hadn't been weaseling around down that way, though.
Hey, Dutch, remember that time you found him in the outhouse?
Oh, yeah. We hadn't seen him in weeks. We stopped in some dead-end town in the middle of nowhere. Don't even remember the name.
You and Bill were off doing something, Arthur.
So we pick up some supplies. I go to relieve myself, open the door, and there's Trelawney sitting there, newspaper in hand. Mr. Vanderlyn. I say, what the hell are you doing here? And he said, I could ask you the same thing. Now, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little privacy, I ate a rotten oyster.
Hey, maybe there are actually 100 Trelawneys.
What a terrible thought. Ah. This is the spot. Down to the left there.
여기 아까 왔던 데 아닌가?
I saw some boats around last time. Be good to get to deeper water.
Hey, those the boats you mean?
Yes. Good. Easy. I'm sure nobody would mind if we borrowed one of these. Come on. All right. This looks like a fine vessel.
Okay. Come on, Arthur. Let's get her in the water. Oh,
I got a good feeling about fishing here. There's supposed to be some incredible sturgeon. Oh,
Okay, here we go. Let me row. You boys are too old for real labor no more.
you're too dumb for anything else.
행복하네.
You're still too quick for me, old man.
Enjoy picking on children. Now take us to the deeper water and pray for good luck and stupid fish.
But what about stupid luck? Good fish.
That'll do too. Head towards the middle of the lake. I think here's good.
All right. Good luck, gentlemen.
Should really come here at dawn or dusk. That's when you catch the best fish. We should use a lake lure. That'll give us a much better chance of hooking something big like a sturgeon.
What's wrong with a good old worm?
Oh, worms are good for tiddlers like bluegill and rock bass, but you'd have to be real lucky to catch a sturgeon with one.
Lures it is, then. You heard the expert, Arthur. Let's bait up.
Keep the lure moving slowly on the water so it looks like a little fish just asking to be eaten. It looks like you got a bite, Arthur.
That's on the hook, Arthur. Okay, that was a bite. There he is.
Nicely done, Arthur.
뭐야 이거?
I got a
또
bite. There we go. Shit, got away.
Got one.
Not bad.
Hey, Hosea. You remember that time we sent Arthur out fishing? He came back with 3 beautiful bass.
Ah, this again?
I don't think I do.
Oh, yeah. You do. He was maybe 20. 21. Walked in all full of himself. We had a big feast. Toasted him all night.
This was 15 years ago.
Oh, I remember now.
Then, the next week, Arthur and I are at the market, and Fishmonger calls out, "So how did you enjoy those bass?"
Look, you can fish, or you can go drinking all day, rob someone, and buy some fish.
Fish on the line, Arthur. I used to go fishing with this feller back in the day. Wesley, his name was. Real miserable
Oh,
bastard, but he loved to fish. We go out all the time.
너무 잡네.
Look at this beauty.
There you go.
Well done,
Yes, sir.
Arthur.
They can grow a lot bigger than that. Fella told me he once saw a monster lake sturgeon near the mouth of the river, just southwest of Saint Denis. 50-pounder, he reckoned.
I would like to see that.
Remember those big salmon I caught in Montana last year? We had a banquet planned that night until Copper went and scoffed a lot.
You never had control of that dog.
He had some spirit, though. Never lost the puppy in him, right to the end.
You know, I remember us saying how Blackwater was the furthest east we'd ever been. As a group, I mean.
알아있지?
Feels like the more we try to head west, the
얼척이다.
further east we end up.
We had all those safe spots picked out to lie low in New Austin after the ferry job.
I liked it there.
Hmm?
Still open and wild, the way it should be. Somehow the desert makes you feel closer to the sky.
No point us trying to get back that way anytime soon.
자,
Pinkertons have patrols out all over tall trees and Great Plains. We saw when we went back
뭐야?
to Sean.
Well,
신기하다.
look at us now, huh? It could be worse.
이제 아가리 캘 때 벌써 난 3마리
How
잡았다.
life goes.
Good job, Arthur.
보자 형님밖에 없네. 나 챙겨줘.
Did I ever tell you my mother's buried in Blackwater?
Really? She is?
Apparently so. I only found out from an uncle of mine years later. Last I knew, she was still outside Philadelphia. I left home at 15 and didn't see her again. She and I didn't always see eye to eye. I wasn't always a very obedient child.
I can only imagine.
Still, I loved her in my own way, and she me in hers. Somehow, even from the grave, she managed to have the last laugh.
You hooked him? Something's nibbling. Ha! Got ya!
뭐 잡았냐? 숭어인가? 무지개 숭어인가?
Well done.
베스인가 또?
Worth keeping that one.
야 존나 잡았는데.
You got something biting, Arthur. Nice, you hooked him.
뭐지? 좀 커 보이는데 이렇게. 바로 오네. 뭐야?
There you go. That's a nice one.
무지개 숭어 이렇게.
Keeping that one, eh? Got a nibble there, Arthur? That feels like a bite. Got one.
Arthur's got a bite.
어?
You got a bite there, Arthur. Just gotta reel him in now, Arthur.
뭔데 이렇게 힘이 세?
You're getting the hang of this.
되냐? 베스냐?
Make sure you don't forget about that and let it rot in the bag.
나 놓게. 오. 좀 이제 끝나면 안 되나? 언제까지 해야 돼 이거? 여기서 어업을 차릴 기세인데?
You got a bite. No, you lost him.
No, you lost him.
잘못 눌렀다. 그거 진짜 많이 많이. 떨리는데.
Now reel him in, Arthur.
나 빨리 좀 잡아라. 근데 또 이... 우와, 뭔데 이래? 야,
Not bad, Arthur.
야, 이 정도만 하고 안 할까? 존나 많이 했는데.
That'll grill up nice.
Hey, I reckon we call it a day, fellas.
Already?
집에 잡은 거 하나도 없잖아,
You ain't
너는.
been chasing down outlaws.
All right. Think we got a decent haul here. Pearson will be happy. Should we head back?
We could keep the boat not too far back to camp from here.
Good idea. Could be useful.
What about the horses?
Well, they'll find their way back.
Just follow the shore south, Arthur.
That was fun.
Aha.
Thank you, boys. Now, Hosea,
Yes.
how about a song?
Okay. All right, I got one for you. I asked that gal to give me some.
I asked that gal to give me some. She says, wait till the taters is done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. I couldn't wait till the taters was done. Threw her on the floor and I knocked off some. I wish to God I'd passed her by. I wish to God I passed her by. Taters got burned and so did I.
That was pretty good. But you know, what song we should be singing?
What?
Well, look at us. 3 mariners.
yes. 아싸마키 고생하네.
Well, we 3 poor mariners newly come from the seas. We spend our lives in jeopardy while others live at ease. Shall we go dance this round, round, round? Shall we go dance this round, round, round? And he that is a bully
얼마나 먼 거야?
boy, come pledge me on this round, 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 round. We care not for the martial men that do our states disdain, but we care for the merchant men that do our states maintain. To them we dance this round, round, round. To them we dance this round, round, round. And he that is a bully boy, come pledge me on this ground, 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 ground.
Oh, bravo! Bravo! Well, you know, we should not let the folks back in have too much fun.
Indeed not.
여기다 대면 되겠지?
All right. I think we are gonna be okay.
그랬으면 좋겠다.
I know. I always know. Whenever I got you two by my side,
야, 많이
it's gonna
잡았다.
be just fine. This place will be good for us. For now, anyway.
I hope so.
Well, I am going to take in the view.
I'll give these fish to Pearson.
Arthur, how you been? I've been real worried.
What do you want?
Don't be like that. Just a few bucks. I'm short.
Get lost.
Well, I'll go try someone with a heart.
You do that.
Complain, complain, complain.
There's a greedy bugger. I'm hungry too. I hadn't eaten.
오늘 여기까지만 하고
So I thought to myself, I'll rob this pair of bastards. So I fall down.
What was that, huh?
It was dark night. I fall down this alley.
So, what do you think of this place?
Not bad. Nice to be by the water.
Did you?
Yeah,
Sometimes,
it'll do for now.
depending on the ladies.
Everything okay?
Or should I say the women?
So I did.
Bang, bang, bang!
Nothing.
한 사발이 하고 들어가겠습니다. 아, 아예 장무라비한테 가야 되는데. 여기 장무라비 있으려나?
Oh, say whatever you're doing, well, please, but I tell you, if I don't get out of here soon, I'm gonna kill somebody.
And if you don't stop hissing at me, I'm gonna kill you.
You come near me, sailor, and I'll slice you up.
You put that knife down or you could be missing a hand.
What is wrong with you two?
I ain't chopping vegetables for a living.
Oh,
아니,
I'm
잠깐만.
sorry, madam. Was
이거
there
쉽지 않았는데?
insufficient feathers in your pillow?
I ain't lazy, Mr. Morgan. I'll work, but not this.
Well, ain't cooking work?
엄청 예민해져 있네.
My husband and we shared the work. All of it. I was out in the fields. I can hunt, carry a knife, or use a gun. But I tell you, you keep me here, I'll skin this fat old coot and serve him for dinner.
Watch your damn mouth, you crazy goddamn fishwife!
Enough, both of you! Well, come with me then. You want to head out there, run with the men? So be it. But we do more than just hunting. We're hunted. And them things hunting us, well, they got guns of their own.
I ain't afraid of dying.
Good. You need anything, Mr. Pearson? Maybe me and Mrs. Ad are gonna take a little ride.
Yeah, sure. Here's my list, and can you post this letter for me while you're there?
Sure. Come on, princess. Are you coming with me then, woman?
So I've graduated from chopping vegetables to shopping.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
야, 사냥 안 나가는 게 어디야? 힘도 못 쓰니까 지금.
You cool down then yet?
I guess. Now, I ain't no scullion, and I sure as hell ain't taking orders from that sweating half-wit.
I guess we all gotta do our share, princess.
나는 말이야.
Where's the letter?
Are you reading this mail now?
Oh, robbing and killing's okay, but letter reading's where we draw the line.
Here.
Dear Aunt Kathy,
You are something.
I haven't heard from you in
No
some
kidding.
time, so I pray to the Lord above that your health has not deteriorated further. Blah, blah, blah. Boring. Wait a sec. Listen to this. Since we last corresponded, I have traveled widely, making no small name for
Nice.
myself. Before you ask, I am still yet to take a wife, but I can assure you it's not for a lack of suitors. You ever actually even talked to a woman he ain't paid for?
Oh, look. We're all hiding behind something.
And what's this? Return to Tacitus Kilgore.
Oh, that's Dutch's idea. All mail to be sent to the same alias. Whenever we set up somewhere new, Strauss, he heads into town. Tells them to start expecting mail from a Tacitus Kilgore, whatever they changed it to. Here, give me that back. We got work to do. Okay, here we are.
So, what's the plan? I shoot the shopkeeper
아니
while you...
지랄하고 앉네
You
진짜.
insane?
I thought we was outlaws.
Outlaws, not idiots. We rob fools that rob other people. These people are just trying to get by. So you
Right,
head on
Jimmy.
in there
Oh.
and buy some food to
그다음
eat.
인편에.
No guns.
You're sure?
This time, there'll be time for killing soon enough.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna go check the mail. Nothing exciting.
어우 저 또라이는 믿을 수가 있어야지.
Nothing.
Can I help you, mister?
Yes, I would like to post a letter.
All right. Okay, no trouble.
Thank you.
Bye now.
아우 씨발 이 현상금 내는 것도 족같다.
Hello. Should have had that last one.
제발 일 안 일어났으면 하고 안 치고.
Bowls with more strength than you. Hell, my sister's newborn had more strength than you, and he came out bright blue.
아가리.
Try harder.
담배나 한대 펴야 되겠다. 때문에 살 수가 없네. 이 미친.
I think this is everything.
Here, take that for yourself, okay?
Thanks.
Well, give it back then. Jesus. I didn't ask for his goddamn help.
Why don't you drive?
Okay.
Come on, lady, get a move on.
I like Sadie, not lady.
I know.
Yeah,
너 해봐.
You get everything?
I think so.
And some new clothes, I see.
Don't start. I can wear what I damn well want. Like I told you, my husband and I shared all the work. I wasn't some little wife with a flower in her hair making cherry pies all day.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. You sure look the part now. Won't be long before you're smoking cigars and playing the harmonica.
I'll have you know, I used to love playing the harmonica before. Well, my house and everything I own got burned to the ground.
I know. I'm real sorry about what you know. Maybe I'll keep my eye out for another one.
I don't want no pity. Just treat me equal and know nobody's taking nothing from me ever again.
Mm-hmm. Just don't kill the canned cook. Please.
Hey there!
뭐야?
Hey,
What you folks up to?
just heading home.
You're in Lemoyne Raider country.
Keep it cool.
You need to pay a toll to pass through here.
No, I don't think so.
You don't.
씨발. 야 총부터 들이대지
How about
말고.
you pull over right now?
Pull over.
That's what I said.
Hey, how's about this? Go, go, go!
Shit! Let's get the hell out of here. Go! Oh, steal that bitch! Oh, my brains out. You wait till I get my hands on you. The hell was that?
I'm gonna run this son of a bitch down!
어 씨.
Well, wanted to see some action.
큰일 났다 야 여기서. 쏘지 말라며 거지.
Okay there, sir?
Think I can't handle this?
Do that, folks.
Told you I could shoot again.
I don't remember asking you to prove it.
There, see? Not many still standing now. Oh, I'm not bad a goddamn troll as you sons of bitches!
Lady, you are enjoying this far too much.
travels back.
오케이, 너가 몰면 나야 되지.
What are you doing? We should get out of here.
Pass those reins here.
Why?
Because you've caused enough trouble already.
I'm fine. Hey, you want me to those bastards, huh?
Remind me not to get on your bad side.
And there was clearly plenty to bushwhack us.
Did good. But that's a lot of mess to make near camp.
Hey, slow down.
Hope it don't bring anyone sniffing around.
Are you gonna tell Dutch?
Maybe, if he asks. But maybe not. Yep.
So who did they say they were? Lemoyne Raiders?
Yeah, something like that. Who knows? Anyway, don't you go ribbing Pearson about that letter.
How dare you? I wouldn't dream of it.
Right, you would.
I have traveled while making
Who's
a
on it, too?
small name for myself.
I won't be giving you no mail to post anytime soon, that's for sure.
I just want to peek in that journal of yours. The mind of ballers.
You didn't get yourself killed then, Miss Adler.
Not quite.
Well, I'd like to say I missed your refined conversations, but I'd be lying.
I enjoyed myself out there.
Yes, Mrs. Adler did okay.
That shopping?
Yes, that's shopping.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Don't mention it. I would ride with you again, Mrs. Adler, if you will ride with me.
Maybe. If you prove you can handle yourself.
Well, they say I lack finesse, but I ain't afraid of gun smoke.
We got this, Arthur. You've already done me a big favor today.
Yeah, I get.
Okay, Miss High and Mighty. And nice man.